Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with LITEFOREX. It is December 27th, Friday after market. I'm going to break down the major Forex pairs like I've been doing. And you can see that I've been pretty accurate with what I'm breaking down, what I say is going to happen. So let's get into it, starting with the Australian USD. So I was saying I wanted to see a break above this resistance price at 0.6913. I was pretty confident that we were going to get there if you watched the last videos. But I said I really wanted to see it close above that resistance. And once it did, here we are, we're taking off nicely. So as of right now, looking at the AUDUSD, I'm anticipating a pullback the next day. We're just way overextended. Now it might just pull back. I would put, I'm always putting a line roughly through the center. Again, I'm always looking at a daily, weekly, monthly. I got a 240 minute and a 60 minute. And I look at smaller time frames as well, but I'm more of a swing trader, so I'm always starting with these time frames. So yeah, I want to see if it can hold that center line, which is 0.6962. I just feel like this is due to pull back. Just a lot of green. We're just going straight up. We're going to open up somewhere around where we closed, which is 69.81, 69.80. We're going to be pulling back. But watch the center line. Maybe it just pulls back, finds support at that price, and then turns around and continues the uptrend for one more day up. But realistically, I just think this is it's gonna drop. So let's take a look at the Australian futures. Okay, so this is interesting. When you look at the Australian futures, you can see very obvious this 0.7000 resistance. So that just makes my case even stronger that we have some resistance. This big gap up, we're probably going to pull back a little bit. Big gap here. So I'm anticipating a pullback next day. Okay, on to the Euro USD. Big rangy candle today. So the last time I looked at this, I was anticipating a rebound. I looked at this right here on the 20th. The pattern was rebound, and it got a lot more than a rebound. I drew in this line right here as a resistance, this 1.1100, and you can see here yesterday it was going by that price because it went through it but then closed below it. So that resistance price was definitely it was there, and then today it busted on through it and kept on going. So big rangy candle. I wouldn't doubt if this pulls back a little bit. I do the same rule, roughly the center of the candle. Big range candles, usually you're going to pull back the next day. You're bullish. Euro USD is bullish, but I'm anticipating a pullback. And it might just be, like I said, it might come down and then turn around and continue the uptrend. But the pattern is really telling me, especially when you look at the weekly chart here, this is really lining up to pull back. And look at the 240. Without question, this is telling me this is coming back the next day. But let's investigate the Euro futures. See if it looks a little bit different. Okay, so when I looked at the Euro futures on the 20th, I talked about this support. You can see here there was some support on the move prior. This little breakout here at the beginning of December, pulls back, finds support on that price. You can see it held that support again, and that low was around 1.11305, and here we are taking off. Yeah, the same type of thing. You look at that 240 minute chart, and it's telling me we're gonna have a pullback. and the 60 as well. This is just a massive run. The odds that it's just going to continue going straight up without a more significant pullback. And again, it might just come up to the center, but we got this massive gap, and I'm anticipating more of a pullback. You can see here the most recent high made on December 13th, 1.12485. There's some resistance at that price as well, but it's looking bullish, but I just think it's gonna, the next day it's gonna be pulling back. Okay, on to the pound USD. So when I looked at this right here on the 20th, I was expecting a rebound. Did go down a little bit more, but even this line that I drew in as support, you can see it's the last 2 days, it's holding that support price, and that support's around 1.2987. Here we are taking off. You see that support really nicely on the weekly. Looking at the 240, I'm anticipating this could come back, but I think it could set up to continue this move. I like the way it is looking on the daily. To me, it looks like there is more upside, but we might pull back. So I might be looking more of an entry later on a Monday, or actually next week is going to be New Year's. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. But or even Tuesday, I think, is when you pull back on Monday, and either you get in late in the afternoon or a Tuesday entry. Clearly the monthly doesn't look great, but you got this long upper wick here. You got resistance around this 32.62 price. You can see that's where there was some resistance going back to February. Yeah, so I think this could pull back, but I think it just looked more bullish than anything. Let's take a look at the pound futures. Pound futures, okay, it looks a little bit different. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. Yeah, I still think this could come back. Look for support at the price of this low of 30.90. 30.90. Look for support at 30.90. That's going to be important support on this one. Okay, on to New Zealand USD. Oh, okay, so last time I looked at this, it was right here, and I was anticipating this going higher. I didn't think it was going to go, I wasn't expecting this big of a move. I did think it was going to go higher, but I thought it might go higher a little bit more and then pull back. The way this is setting up, I really do feel like it's going to pull back. You can just see the weeks here. A lot of green. We're really overextended where we're going to open and begin the week next week. We got to watch some resistance at 0.6700. So here we are, 6,700. We're closing below that price. The way I'm seeing it, 240. Such a big move, putting in a lower high on the 240. Bearish, very bearish candle. To me, this looks like this wants to come back. Even the 60, the way things ended, seeing it's putting in a resistance at a lower high, 67.08. Bearish candle to end the day. Price came up, put in a lower high and down. It really does look like this could be ready to pull back. Let's take a look at the New Zealand futures. New Zealand futures really looking bullish. Really looking bullish. You can see price came down today, pulled up, closing very, very bullish. Okay. We got this gap though. The gap did get filled a little bit with this pullback. But just the way the New Zealand USD is, and I think is looking, I think that this is, I still think this could come back the next day. Okay, lastly, let's look at the USD yen. Okay, USD yen. So I was talking about, where were we? Right here. I talked about this resistance at the high, which was 109.68. You can see the last 2 days. What was the high hit? 109.68, and then you put in a lower high today, 109.61, and down. Very, very bearish, but we're really going sideways. And last day I drew in how sideways we're going. And you can see we're still in this range. 109.64, 109.21. We're still in that choppy range. But to me, this looks like it's more bearish, hitting that resistance again. So once 109.68, twice 109.68, 3 times 109.68 is hit. The weekly chart is definitely looking more to the downside, and even the 60-minute is definitely lining up more bearish. So I gotta look and see more. It looks more bearish definitely on the yen. Let's take a look at the yen futures. Yeah, the yen futures is looking like it's this hit either a bottom or a temporary bottom. And yeah, this to me looks like it's gonna get back. Now it was a little choppy in here. You can see here we were up, we're down, we're up, we're up, we're down, we're up. We dropped down, we gapped down, and now we're trying to get back into this little range again. And yeah, to me it looks like this is going to go up, and the USD yen is going to go lower. Okay, that's the breakdown for December 27th. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you like my accuracy. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.